What is up, guys? It's Selka, and today I'll be forecasting Bitcoin and Ethereum in the smaller time frame. So again, you gotta remember that in the daily chart we're looking for an up move, and this is super important as we broke the last low. So from that point it can go up at any moment, and that's why we need to take a look at the smaller time frame each time. So I'll be with you guys and updating about the smaller time frame, but you gotta keep in mind that we're looking for an up move in the daily chart. So again, I have no clue what the price of this up move will trigger. I mean, what price will reach, but the only thing I know is that this move should be a correction that is at least bigger than this one, because this was a correction for that down impulse. We need a correction for that whole impulse. That's why we need a bigger correction than this one. And the other thing that I know is that we're looking for a correction and not an impulse. Because of that, I don't think that this move will be something similar to that. So not a laser sword going up like this. It should be something more likely like this one. You know, this little piece. Maybe this one in a bigger time frame. So something doing correction and going slowly up. So that's what I'm thinking about the daily chart. So I'm looking for a move going like this, and we will have time to see it, as well as if I do forecast in the smaller time frame, we will get to see that move, and we will get to see it from the bottom. So yeah, basically that's what I'm looking for in the daily chart. Now let's get right into the point that this move, like I said in my last video, is a move that can go and be the reversal, but again, I don't think so, and I'll let you know why right now. So in my last video I told you guys that this basically let me put it like this. Yeah, I told you guys that this was an impulse for sure. We even have a smaller running flat right there, but doesn't matter. This is an impulse, and to me this could have been a 3-wave correction to come and retest the top. So I told you in my last video that this could have been a 3-wave correction, but because of that move going slow and ranging like this, I said that we are going to have another new low. So break this low, which is this one, and then we will see the price going up and break the top again. So that was my analysis in the last video. So something going down like this and then going up like this. You can see my last video and you will see the exact same analysis, and right now it remained the same, because the only condition to that being valid is that we don't break this low. So we didn't break the low, and as long as this low is not broken, we should be looking for an up move that will come and break this top again. So the analysis remains the same, and I know some of you are probably like have the vision blur on that move, and I'll break it down a little bit later. But for real, you gotta remember that this is the analysis, and you should not be worried about what it's doing as long as you have this in mind. So before I get into the move, you need to know that this piece right there is a retracement. So again, even if this looks like a 3-wave structure, you always got to keep in mind that these moves can go and be a correction in a bigger time frame. So right now it could have been a 3-wave correction in the maybe 30 minutes, because we barely see it right now in the 1 hour chart. So it could have been a correction in the 30 minutes, probably 15 as well. But because of that move that we get later on, that is a correction in the higher time frame, we see it range for quite some time. This becomes, in our analysis, a retracement, so the first retracement of that impulse, and this becomes the B wave, which is the corrective wave of that retracement. Then that's why I was expecting an impulse that will go and match this one. So this one right there, this one right there. And then we need that impulse that will match this one, and that's why I'm waiting for it right there. Again, I'll let you know what will be the analysis if we break the bottom, but as of right now we didn't break it, so that's why it remains the same. And yeah, so this would be a flat that doesn't look that good. This correction right there doesn't look super good, but it is still a correction that could be leading to this impulse. if I see it truly correctly. So yeah, to me it is a correction that will go up and break that top, and that's why we've got a little reaction right there. I think that because most of the time we get to see those tree wave correction pattern, which is a regular flat, and most of the time it doesn't break the bottom and it comes to break the top. So right now let's talk about what will happen if we break the low. So if we break the low, which is still something that could happen, we're gonna go for another tree wave correction, another one, and this one will be the regular flat, and this one happens kind of often, but most likely the moves that we will see will be a regular flat. But if we manage to see that breakout, then we'll still have the up move, but this one won't break the top. This one will stay relatively under that top, and then we'll have a reversal again. So that's the analysis if we break the bottom. Now, I don't think we're going to break the bottom as of right now. I think that this is an impulse, and this should be a correction for that impulse to maybe go up. So if we see this the breakout of this bottom, it will probably be because the structure turns like something like this. It goes like this, and this becomes a flat. This could go down. So the more it ranges, to make it simple, guys, the more it ranges like this, the more you see as this is all the impulse, this is the correction, and then you get another impulse that will come and break the low before you complete the structure, the running flat that will go something like this. But this correction, in order to see the breakout of the low, this correction right there, this one I just wrote, needs to be bigger than this one, and that's why I don't really think we will come and break this bottom before breaking this low. So the correction needs to be bigger than this one, because this would be a retracement if that's the correction. If we're correcting right there, this should be the retracement. So the first impulse, this will be the correction for a second impulse to match this one. But seeing this correction in the turn of that impulse, I don't think that we could have another impulse coming and breaking the low if we don't have a correction that is bigger than this one. So that's my thoughts about this structure. Again, I think you should see it like this. If you are able to see the biggest correction in a move, you can now match the impulse after that correction, and you get to complete all the moves that are possible for that structure. So now let's focus on the structure and not think that it will break the low. So if we focus on this structure, I want to see it range in this zone, but not range upside. So again, a few minutes ago I drew something like this, but I want to see this impulse, which what we've got, but I want it to range like this. All right, so if it range like this, it's not good, because this would be a correction for that down move. But if it range like this, again, if it range like this, it would be a correction for that up move, and that means that we're going to get another up move, and this one will probably be the one that will break the top. So I don't know if you guys follow me right now, so if you can understand what I'm saying to this structure. I know it's kind of hard to just get it at first, simply because these are moves that are slightly not textbook, and you need to really see which is the correction and which is the impulse. But I think you get it after a couple forecasts of mine. So again, I think that this move will come and break the top, as long as I don't see this move ranging for quite some times in there, so a range that will be bigger than this one. And again, I don't think so. So let's focus and keep it simple, because we can really get it complex at the wave theory, but we should keep it simple and see an impulse that will match this one, so a move that will come and break the top. So right now we're going to take a look at what will happen if we manage to break the top. Then most of the time, I'll tell you right now, this is a move that will come and break the low again. So most of the time it will happen something like this. But now we have two conditions in order to see the move, to simply don't see this move. So if we want to avoid this down, this final down impulse going down, we must see two things, and that will change the probability of having this down move. So if we simply see the price going up and tagging this top, and then going and then having some sort of the start of a continuation, so another impulse going down. Now, seeing this, you have 90% chance that the move will come and break the low. But if you see this impulse right there in blue, right there, that comes and go really above this top, then you have one of the first two conditions in order to cancel this three wave correction flat, in order to have a reversal. So the first thing that we must have is a breakout that'll go really above this top, and a strong breakout. So that's the first condition. The second one is a move that will range and flag in there. So in the wave theory, if we see this, we know that this correction right there is the correction for that impulse. And since if this is a three wave correction, we should have an impulse going down. Then if you see the move starting to range, that means that the correction is probably not going to happen, and that's probably going to be a reversal in the higher time frame. So that's how you should see these moves. Again, it doesn't need to make a flag like this textbook. It can be a correction, but either way, if you get those two conditions, you just turn around the table, and it becomes almost like 90% chance that you go up and not down. So that's the two conditions that we will need to see later on. And again, I'll be there to make updates and let you know about it. But as of right now, let's just focus on the next move, which is this up move that will come and break the top. So I don't want this forecast to be too long, so I'll keep it short like this. But this is what I'm looking for. And come retest this top, and then we will see if this wave down will happen or not, or if we're gonna have a strong breakout, and if the price going to range. So as of right now, we should be focusing on this move. Now for Ethereum, this one is different. We didn't go as low as Bitcoin. So remember, Bitcoin went pretty low near the bottom, but for Ethereum it's different. We didn't go that low, and I told you in my last video that same thing as Bitcoin, I was expecting a drop to break the low, then an up move to come and break the top. I still think it's the case, and I'm still waiting for that to happen. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is probably this impulse. You barely see it, but there's an impulse in smaller time frame. So in those candle, you have an up move like this, and you have this correction and another impulse. So this could be a flat for another drop to come and break the low before going up. So again, these are small time frame analysis, so it's hard to see if which move is a correction and which move is not. That's why these type of analysis doesn't have extremely a lot of probability to go in the right direction, since the best thing you can do seeing these type of structure is just to keep in mind that this is your impulse and you're sure about this, and this is all your correction and you're also sure about this correction. So you don't know precisely whenever it's done. You know that there's a chance that this comes and break the low before going up, but there's also a chance that the correction is done and that this will go up straight up to break the stop without breaking the low one more time. So with that being said, just gotta keep in mind that this is the correction, this is the impulse, and we're going to break the top one more time. Now Ethereum is special because the breakout of this top could be really big if we manage to do the same for the 4 hours structure, which is exactly the same as the smaller time frame. We've got an impulse like this, we've got all this is the correction. So I don't know whenever this correction will be done. The only thing I know is that as long as we don't break this low, this should come up and break this one. So same thing as the smaller time frame, just different in terms of price range and on time range. So with that being said, this move could be the up move that leads us to start the up wave in the 4 hour chart. So to start this up move, but it can also be just some sort of a small correction that will do something like this and go back down, tag the low before going up. And that's why we need to be careful. But as of right now, this move seems legit. I don't want it to range more, because the more it range, the more it looks like a flat for a continuation and break this low. And if this move goes pretty far up, then this will be a great news, as we will be waiting for a correction in order to start the up move we're looking for in the 4-hour chart. So if you want to know whether this move will be a drop, like whether this move will come and drop again to retag this low, or simply come and break the top in the 4-hour chart, you gotta keep track of these pieces, as these will be the one that tells you which direction we're gonna take. So as of right now, this correction means that we're gonna go and have an up impulse like this one, but we don't know yet if this will be going down, as long as we don't get the strong impulse or the flag, or both. If that's both, then we increase the chance by 2. So that's what I'm waiting for. And usually the thing you gotta remember also is that usually the more a move comes down near the bottom, the more likely it will be a flat move, so a 3-wave correction for another breakout of the low. So the more it goes down, the more it should break the low again. For Bitcoin, for example, I think that this move, at the moment, I think that this move will come and break the low, simply because we see this retracement going pretty far near this bottom. That means that even if we break the low, the top right there, I think we will break the low one more time. So Ethereum, we need to take care that this won't happen, but we just gotta make sure that this structure stays above this bottom, and we will then see what happened whenever this top will be broken. So that's about it for Ethereum and Bitcoin, and the video is getting pretty long, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to share it with your friends. So I see you in the next one. Peace.